You became a teenage mom.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, it is correct.
Okay. How old is your son?
Well, my son is turning 2 this year.
Okay, 22.
Turning 2, not 22.
Tell us about the journey when you found out that you were pregnant and whatnot.
Yo, finding out that I was pregnant, it was the hardest thing ever. Remember, I'm the youngest at my home.
Okay.
So,
You are the last born.
yeah, I'm the last born. My sisters were angry. Everyone was so furious at me. So, by that time when I felt pregnant, baby, they were so supportive, man. I wonder about such a thing, man. He was
How
so
did you
supportive.
find out?
Well, now I didn't miss my period. As I told you, our ancestors tell me about things usually when they happen.
Yeah.
So I think we had sex about on this weekend. Then the next week I started being sick and having dreams like this. All of a sudden having a dream of a snake passing under your legs. It usually means you're pregnant. Or having a dreams of you holding eggs and then they break down. It usually means you're pregnant. Okay. So I told my mom. My mom was like, no, you cannot be pregnant because you're under a contraceptive. So, okay, it's fine. We let the thing pass. January, I waited to okay, so January ended. Then I bought pregnancy test. I tested. So I called my baby daddy. It was on Friday. We tested together. And late December also we tested. They came out.
What do you mean you tested together?
No, like I tested.
Oh, like he accompanied you.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I also tested.
You tested together.
I also tested in his room next December.
Okay.
So they came out positive, but we thought it was a false positive.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. So January I tested alone with my mom, and I left them in the house instead of throwing them out because I was planning to lie to my mom. I went to school. When I came back, I found my mom holding them. When she asked me about them, I literally lied and said that was mine. Yes. Remember, you cannot tell your mom, okay, I'm pregnant, and this is how we're going to do it. No.
Yes.
It's usually the parent that usually takes the decisions of such things.
Welcome back, and we're still on a hard conversation with the one and only Mphoentle Mbiza, Gogo Mhlaba
Zulu. Yeah.
Zulu. So yeah, we've talked about a lot, right? We've talked about your ancestral journey. We talked about the bullying stuff. We've talked about what else? About the religions and whatnot.
And whatnot, yeah.
Now let's talk about the most interesting one, because like you're a mother, right?
Yeah, I'm a mother.
So like you became a teenage mom.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, it is correct.
Okay. How old is your son?
Well, my son is turning 2 this year.
Okay, 22.
Turning 2, not 22.
He's still turning 2.
Yeah.
Okay. When did you get your son? Like, how old were you?
I was 19.
19.
I was 19. Yeah.
When was this? 2021.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Tell us about the journey when you found out that you were pregnant and whatnot.
Yo, finding out that I was pregnant, it was the hardest thing ever. Remember, I am the youngest at my home.
Okay.
So
You are the last born.
yeah, I'm the last born. My sisters were angry. Everyone was so furious at me. So by that time when I felt pregnant, baby, they were so supportive, man. I won't lie about such a thing. He was
How
so
did
supportive.
you find out?
Well, now I didn't miss my periods. As I told you, our ancestors tell me about things usually when they happen.
Yeah.
So I think we had sex about on this weekend. Then the next week I started being sick and having dreams like all of a sudden having a dream of a snake passing under your legs. it usually means you're pregnant.
Mm.
Or having a dreams of you holding eggs and then they break down, it usually means you're pregnant. Okay. So I told my mom was like, no, you cannot be pregnant because you're under a contraceptive. So okay, it's fine. We let the thing pass. January, I waited to okay, so January ended. Then I bought pregnancy test. I tested. So I called my baby daddy. It was on Friday. We tested together. And late December also we tested. They came
What
out
do you mean
positive.
you tested together?
No, like I tested.
Oh, like he accompanied you.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I also tested.
You tested together.
I also tested in his room next December.
Okay.
So they came out positive, but we thought it was a false positive.
Yeah. Yes.
So January I tested alone with my mom. And I left them in the house instead of throwing them out because I was planning to lie to my mom. I went to school. When I came back, I found my mom holding them. When she asked me about them, I literally lied and said they're not mine. Yes. Remember, you cannot tell your mom, okay, I'm pregnant, and this is how we're going to do it. No.
Yes.
It's usually the parent that usually takes the decisions of such things. So they accepted my pregnancy, go high, things started going well for me until March. I started seeing flames. So
like how old was the baby?
I think I was on 23 weeks.
Was he bad?
No, I was pregnant.
How many months is that? 23 weeks.
It's 2 months and 3 weeks. Usually it's close to 3 months. 2 months.
3 weeks is 3 months.
Yeah.
Wait, man. 4, 8, 12.
Yeah.
4 weeks.
It's usually 3 months.
12, 16, 24. Maybe 5 months.
Yeah.
No ways.
4 or 5 months.
Yes.
Nalena. No, I was 16. I was 16 weeks come March.
Okay.
16, 18. Yeah. I get this. A lot of things happened. A lot of things happened while getting pregnant. So, come March, things started to become hard because the guy wasn't no longer having time for me.
Okay.
The guy was no longer there for me. I would call him. He'd hang up on me. Remember, I'm doing my matric. I also have to study.
Yes.
I have to do house chores because I live with my mom only. So he started cheating on me. Okay, sharp. It's a mistake usually. I call it a mistake.
Yo?
I call it a mistake because no, I know it's not a mistake, but I call it a mistake in order for me to feel better. Okay, he cheated on me because I'm not enough. Okay. I cannot do this for him. I cannot. Yes. So things started getting harder when I was 7 months pregnant. Like he no longer couldn't hide his cheatings. Yeah, and I could call him and be like, hey, Joe, some phone I don't know how little in and then I'll be like, okay, sharp. So we broke up when I was 7 months pregnant. We went separate ways. So when this was on my last week of pregnancy. It was on 36 weeks now. I remember I didn't have anything that I could take to go to hospital, even if I were to get into labor. Yes. So my school teachers were there for me. So they would donate things for me. Some would even buy new things for me. Yes. My sisters would come and buy things for me. My cousin usually did the most. I called this guy, Echo. Yes. He was like, okay, it's fine. On the same day, it was Saturday. Before it's past 7, Brian. Yes. Past 2. Don't turn that picture lady outings. I called him. His response was like,
Evan, he was trending before
yeah,
he did that.
Yeah. It was trending already. Like it was once after. So I posted about it. So people were like, no, leave him, man. What's her maintenance and stuff? I waited for Shman back. Yeah. So after I gave birth, he was usually there for me for I think about a month. Then after a month, because that's me, I just 360. Now going teenager, final September. Yes. I remember I was battling with a lot of stuff. Maybe I needed depression. I wasn't aware because I would eventually cry myself. Come get postpartum depression. A lot of feeling you don't like your baby, you don't like it. Like feel like strangling the baby or beating the baby until it dies.
You also experience that.
Yeah, it usually happens. And you also have a certain memory loss after giving birth. More usually when you are stressed during your pregnancy, you have a memory loss. Mm-hmm. So he will be there for me for a month, come and leave. What I can state and say about this guy is that he was never there for me. Like you can see you were there for me. Okasiri, you were there for me while you were cheating, making demands. You couldn't see me. Happy, a pregnant person needs a lot of your attention and your love, the affectionate of it.
Yes.
So you cannot claim you were there for me while you're busy gallivanting with girls, even if you broke up, but your support is needed as an individual. So that was the hardest thing that I went through while I was pregnant. Yes. Even today, even if I were to get in a relationship with another person and then he suggests pregnancy, I leave. That's why I left my recent relationship. If you remember, I was engaged last year, July, June.
Yeah?
I was engaged. I was engaged last year, June, July. 2 weeks before my birthday, I was engaged.
How are you?
I left the relationship the minute the guy suggested that I have to fall pregnant for him before he pays lobol. I was like, no. Whether I love you that much or I don't, but falling pregnant is not an option for me.
Yes.
I won't fall pregnant even in 10 years' time because I would want to experience the trauma that I went through again. Yes. Even now, imagine being a single parent, get pregnant until all of the learners have there for now, we break up on the process. I'll be left. Yeah, I'll be left with 2 kids. How will I handle 2 kids as young as I am?
In this economic struggle that we're facing.
So from there, that's when the baby daddy drama started. That December, Kamira Cabbage, it trended for quite some time.
What do you mean, Kamira Cabbage?
I created a poster.
Okay.
So, like, I wrote a poster. We were co-parenting. 4th of December, we went for a photo shoot. And we were supposed to buy our son clothes that Christmas. And it was his first Christmas.
Yes.
The guy didn't buy anything. And then later that day, he went out, bought booze and everything.
Does he work, this guy?
Yeah, he's working.
Okay.
So, I had no choice. And it trended for some time. I think I got about 10K reactions and 2.3 shares.
Okay.
It trended that bad. I had to delete it because I thought about my son. Imagine my son growing up, then coming through those pictures.
And his peers obviously will mock him.
Yeah, like a job on a papa on a stay for an abana mirile cabbage. And one naga kilipara, John Monora, out of a damano bungolo or at a piece, loka momanya walla. Tell it to all. So imagine about Montello to dome affect. Like, I had to stop for it. If you check my timeline, I stopped posting about him March last year. I stopped because he took a certain amount out of his packet to pay people to post about me. If you remember, I trended so bad. February.
It went to that level.
Yeah. I trended so bad February. Do you remember? But I killed my child. I faked my child's death. And
I told you.
So it trended so bad to the point where I lost 2 internships. Remember I told you I'm a genius and stuff. Yes. I lost 2 internships. So I stopped posting about him there. So it started again this year, last year in November, when his girlfriends mocked me. Or I went to his place, I said, Pampiru's a maintenance, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They mocked me. They even made death threats. Or they are going to kill me and stuff. Then 2 weeks before the girlfriend started, he also posted about me and my colleague. 3 weeks. I laughed about it because he knows what I'm capable of.
What do you mean by that?
He knows. I cannot talk about it on the podcast, but he knows.
Okay.
He had my experience. He had his own experiences from what I can do.
Yes.
So he knows. So everything started well for me this year. Like, I told myself, there won't be any baby daddy drama.
Yeah.
So it happened really koto. A certain thing happened. A misagreement. You cannot bring your girlfriend. As aside, you didn't pay lobola. He didn't change his name to yours.
Yes.
You cannot bring your girlfriend to a maintenance yangwana.
Yes.
Most of single mothers would agree to me with this. You bought her in. So if it happens to you to break up, will my son see another lady?
Yes.
No, it's highly impossible.
Possibly yes.
No, it's highly impossible. You'll be damaging my child.
The people who do it.
No, those people who do it, they're mentally unstable. They're evil. Now I was engaged, but that guy didn't see my son.
Yes.
Remember how we were a party, but he wasn't there because I told him, you won't meet my son until we get married.
Yes.
I respect my son. Him meeting different people is disrespect to him. ngwana o botlhale jo ngwana bona ngwana o monyane o botlhale by the time mere 8 years o kry-a ko ba le girlfriend tsa time ha etse 8 ne imagine ha tlo mmotsisa o feel bang papa hae wa tlhalanya gore ke disrespect a bele ko papa ka se bele tlhompho ko papa o tlo lamkhala motso ra jo no kopantsha di stoko tso different every time hape ke le para la crane and it's also going to step on the footsteps tsa papa hae wa tlhalanya that's why hore ho feletsa ho ba le di baby daddy drama and I see the baby mama fela tse bite. I'm also dealing with a biter baby daddy, but he's hiding himself and letting other people do his job.
Yes. Hey, like, mom, I don't know.
Yes, like
I'm shocked to know like the guy even went to levels of like paying people to do bad things.
That post is still there. It will be
you.
trending again. Got it 28th of February.
What do you
because
mean?
Again, it will be doing an 1 year anniversary of it being posted. So that person is going to share it as a memory. So people will see it and it will trend again.
Sure.
And remember, he had the nerve to go to police station and open a protection order for me, blah, blah, blah. Not forgetting what he did to me.
Well, why did he open a protection on?
I bullied him and I'm also doing defamation of character. How would I bully you if you don't bully me? Like certain things go 50-50. He started this and when I fight back, no, we are doing cyberbullying and then go caught that I assaulted him. While imagine I'm alone. How would I assault 2 people?
Hey.
It doesn't make sense, literally. You're not telling me to go and go assault them. Assaultile and the Mapurisa I Spanish one Johnny.
Yes.
Mapurisa very mad the day I can win. I don't see Spanish one. I thought I about going to see when I am. So I was like, okay, sharp. Let me sign the papers. It's fine. Ne? I made a joke about his tattoos and stuff. I don't remember making a joke about his tattoos. God, I don't find anything funny about a person losing his parents because what is on his tattoos are his parents' date of death and best dates. So I won't find death as a joke to make because I also have a parent that I lost. So the only thing that I got involved into was a person that made a comment or you are able to do a tattoo, but you're failing to buy your son a pair of jeans. Mm-hmm. You're failing to buy your son a pair of napkins, even a vest. So apparently, and I cyberbullied him. So I don't get this thing. You are absent on your son's life, but you end up being a stepfather. Why?
Hey, it's a life of a gent.
No, it's not a life of a gent. It's showing the way you were raised, and it's also explaining and exposing the lady you are with. Oh, baby mama, you're a single mother. Baby dad. So in other words, you're enjoying him maintaining your child and his need, not maintaining his own blood. That's what you're implementing. You can never be in a relationship with a baby daddy and never make him or force him to look after his child or even spend time with him. Remember, the moment you 16 years or 16, they have to start as a even if they were to put me and him here and our son, because he knows who me. He usually spends of his time with me. So meaning you can never choose to be a deadbeat and expect to be respected by your baby mother.
So like, what would you say in all this? Because like, I can like, it's too much rap.
Yeah,
in all of this, at one point it was low, all glory and whatnot, all lovey-dovey.
A relationship that was so sweet.
Where would you say it went wrong?
It went wrong the minute I felt pregnant. That's from my own perspective.
Okay.
Because, and I'm also saying, it went wrong when I felt pregnant because imagine if I didn't fall pregnant. The relationship was still going to continue. It was going to be all sweet and nice. But then at the same time, I'm grateful that the pregnancy happened. It means I wouldn't know that I'm staying with someone who's pretending to love me. Because the way he's treating our son, it literally shows that he do not love me. He do not care me. Because Majita, but treat one the same way. Even if I were to meet you, okay, this guy loves me. But then some it's just a smash and pass situation. Yeah. So him exposing himself like this to the public, it literally shows he didn't grow up well loved. That's why he thinks it's important or necessary for his son to suffer. Yes. And it's also his girlfriend's fault. I mean, It was December month ago. Why did I couldn't buy my son Christmas clothes because I had to buy stationery,
Yes.
and all the unnecessary things. Come out to skincare. My son already took this musician wa Bakadi Barkinelli Mawaza ne. Show wa mojaja.
Yeah.
Nelima was called
Everybody
me.
knows Nilwana.
Yeah, Nelima was called
Nilwa
me
Dwa.
hore. Ejo, can we meet Brownie? Galbizela ko Facebook. I don't want to influencer nyane. Can we
Yes.
meet? I was like, okay, what's up? He was like, I saw your post where you're stressed about your son's Christmas clothes. I'm willing to buy them for you.
Yes.
And then I went there. I thought like we're a joke or something.
Yeah.
He bought my son clothes. Imagine a papa and a betile Galaxy Boy. Ko purilente. Actually, di tekitsa ko teng, I look good le parama parola. But then he couldn't even think about his son.
You see why I don't like relationships. There's so much complex. So like, what would you say? How would you define love? Like being loved as a girl? Because I'm trying to understand. Or like, you saying this guy obviously doesn't love you. So
He never did. Yeah.
What would you how would you define love according to you? What's love?
Now I know nothing about love because I have never been loved.
Okay.
Yeah. I cannot even define it.
But
So
have you loved someone?
let's put it like this.
Have you loved someone?
Mm-hmm. Well, now my affection of showing someone that I love them. Ne? Even if you were to tell me, Hori, I should leave my family alone, I would leave them. Even if you had to tell me what I should block my own mother, I would block them. Because when I'm in love, I usually become a thumb. That's why I didn't notice this guy didn't love me.
Oh.
Because give us Joe. You could tell me, stop going out with friends. I'll be like, okay, baby. That's how I react to love. And I have this bad luck of being in a relationship with narcissists and manipulators.
Mm-hmm.
They manipulate me to feel like they're the only people that I should be with.
Yes.
I breathe them, I leave them. One time, everything I need, I go to them. Even if I fight with my mom, instead of going to my mom to apologize, he's going to be like, it's almost mahal. Yeah. I've been in 2 relationships, but trust me, I have seen the worst of them all. Engagement and the 3rd one. This guy was a manipulator, but a sweet manipulator. You wouldn't notice that you're being manipulated. You do everything that you need. Your hair, nails, flowers, take you out on a date,
Yes.
car drives, like everything. And you feel like, okay, this is the one.
Yeah.
Until he decides to expose himself. So that's like I don't know anything about life. I have never been loved, genuinely so.
Because like what I want to talk about probably will take much longer.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick ad break and we'll be back.